Good morning. Welcome to Whips with Liz and Kelly. Kelly is currently sitting in on our fabulous ribbon class that is going on right now at the Wool and the Floss. I am coming to you live from the shop, which is located in Grosse Pointe Woods, Michigan. We are a full-service needlepoint shop located just outside the city of Detroit. So welcome. I hope you all don't miss Kelly too much, but she is taking the opportunity to sit in on this beautiful ribbon class we're hosting in the shop today. There are 11 stitchers here from across the country, actually. I was very surprised we have people all the way from California taking this class, more than one, actually. I think they said they didn't know each other, but now they've met. So the best thing about retreats is the fellowship, the community, and meeting new friends. So one day, hopefully, we'll see all of you in person as well. So this, of course, I shouldn't even have said retreat. It's a ribbon class, but we do have a retreat coming up that's already been reserved, but we have some more in the future. So welcome to, I guess we could call it old school Liz's Whips, because I'm missing Kelly. And it's the opening weekend of the NFL, people. This is like my favorite episode to start with. And I need Kelly, but Colleen is graciously stepping in. She's got some things to add to our football conversation. So
not on camera, though.
Not on camera, but that's why it's old school. It's old school Whips. So, man, was I excited about this weekend, the NFL opening weekend, and we had some good college football as well. So I'll start you off with, I love watching football on Thursday nights. I have no complaints. We usually have a pretty long day on Thursdays here, and we work really hard, so it was like a reward to go home and be able to sit, stitch, and watch some football. So
I have a question. Did you stay up for the whole game?
Did I stay up that one? I think I made it to the end of that one.
Okay.
I did not.
Go late sometimes.
The one on Sunday, I did not. People are gonna be really disappointed in me because it was a really good game. I did not make it to the end. I think I was emotionally drained. And we'll talk about that in a minute, why I was emotionally drained. But first, Saturday was college football. And as many of you know, my daughter is up at Michigan State, and she is loving going to the games. She's loving seeing everyone. A lot of people she knows tailgate. A lot of families that she knows are there tailgating, which is so nice because, you know, she has said to me a few times she definitely misses us, but she's very proud of herself for, like, putting herself out there. And I think she told me the other day, I haven't been really sad about it at all in a few days. So she's like, she feels like she even called it home. She said, I'm going home, or something about it called home. And I said, that's good. That's how it's supposed to be, right? Mm-hmm. So she was visited by our Megan. Our Megan was up there with, I'm assuming, people she went to Michigan State with, tailgating. So she worked Saturday, took off from the shop a little bit early, and met up with Addie, and from the pictures and the play-by-play I received, they had a wonderful, wonderful time. Kelly and I started calling Megan our little sister quite some time ago, so now Addie's referring to Megan as her big sister. So the sisters had a lot of fun up at Michigan State, I believe, over the weekend, and I'm sure Megan introduced her to some of her old school tailgating fun. And even more importantly, after double overtime, the Sparties pulled it out. And I know Addie said it was amazing to be in the stadium during that. Like, just the energy and everyone getting so excited. So she is hooked. She's hooked more than she was before. So I see someone mentioning what I'm definitely going to mention soon, that the Buffalo Bills and the Ravens game was amazing. But before I talk about amazing, I just have to acknowledge, I really, really hope things are going to be looking up, because I was looking forward to our opener so much, and it was just so hard to watch. We just struggled. The Lions struggled so hard. But listen, I can't say this to my husband, but we sat through an 0-16 season. We sat through a 1-15 season, okay?
Mm-hmm. It's not going
to. It's amazing to be on top, but it's okay to lose, but it's crazy how things have shifted.
Consider it a learning curve.
Yeah, so it makes a lot of sense. We've had a big shuffle in our coordinators. We've got to learn a whole new systems, and I get it. It's just hard to watch because we're so excited, and Yeah, so that was a bummer. However, Josh Allen came through for me later in the evening. That late game is always crazy, but dang. Oh, did it go late? I think I was emotionally exhausted and I fell asleep. So, I mean, they were getting murdered by the Ravens. Absolutely killed. And I dozed off and I hear my husband getting all excited and I didn't really absorb the end, but I'm really excited because I love Buffalo. Sorry.
That was where I was born, so that I just wrote on there.
It's a hometown team.
That's my first football love.
Your OG. Well, and I have to say, yes, I'm football obsessed, but I don't know if there's a show I love more than Hard Knocks. Mm-hmm. I love watching Hard Knocks. It's on HBO. They follow a team every year. They do one preseason and in season. I always watch the preseason one. I love watching what goes into an NFL team's season. Like, it's amazing. And I think I had a snippet of it because, like I've mentioned before, my dad was a football coach. My husband was a football coach. Like, I've lived it as a spouse, as a supporter. But to watch it and see it and just get that inside knowledge and get to know the players on the Bills, to get to know the coaches, like, I love that. And every time Hard Knocks comes out, I get excited. I can't help it. And you just get to know the team so well. So anyway, kudos to the Buffalo Bills for pulling it out. And even more, I shouldn't cheer for either one of the teams that played last night because they're in our division. But I'm real salty about Ben Johnson leaving. Real salty. So sorry he lost. Boo-hoo. Wah-wah. I'm so excited that Minnesota pulled it out because it was not looking good. It was not looking good. And unfortunately, Kelly's not on here today, but she has a serious, a crush.
Yeah,
she loves J.J. McCarthy. He was the Michigan quarterback when they won the national championship. He was out all last season. And just to see anyone who was out like that was devastating. For him to come back, get a win, play well, kind of get back in that groove, like, it's a great story. He's still a Michigan Wolverine. Meh. But that was Kelly loves him. So I'll try to surface like him for Kelly. And I mean, honestly, this is what the Floss sets talk about. The Minnesota coach is handsome.
I have not.
He's cute.
Okay, I'll have to watch.
He's a handsome man. So, of course, the Flossettes can get behind a handsome man. Obviously, Dan Campbell is the most.
Oh, yeah.
He's at the top of our hill. But Kevin O'Connell's not too bad either.
So have to pay more attention.
Yeah. There was one other football team we need to talk about. Colleen's pretty excited.
For 2 weeks, I get to cheer.
Colleen is a Purdue alumni, and she is I would say she's more of a basketball follower. She loves their basketball program, but she shared with me they are currently 2-0.
Yeah, playing.
Well, everyone.
That's okay.
All the college teams are playing.
Well, not all of them, but
many of them.
This is the best season they've had in years.
Well, good. Hey,
season start.
It's always fun to follow someone. Oh, and someone said we love our Vikings. Listen, my whole family's in Minnesota. It's just hard. We're in the same division. There's a lot of smack talk between the Wakefields in Detroit and the Wakefields in Minnesota, and everyone's football crazy. So. It is what it is.
And someone said NIU is top 20. That is jaw-droppingly.
Illinois? Wait, IU, Illinois?
IU. No, Indiana.
Indiana? Well, there's a lot of I's.
That's true. No, IU is Indiana.
Oh,
our
wow.
nemesis.
My friend Amy went to Indiana. Anyway, okay. I think that's our football roundup. We hit it all, didn't we?
I think so.
Oh, yeah, my neighbors decided to have a party right in the middle of the game. I was like, I will not be in attendance. Sorry. Sorry, neighbors. Love y'all, but I'm not doing it. I'm not missing it.
No.
Okay, on to needlepoint. More needlepoint-centric conversation. We have a class at least once a month that Colleen usually teaches, and it is just an open class. We have 2 sessions in the morning and the afternoon, and people can sign up and work on whatever they're working on. So one of our I would say she's in most classes, our friend Sandy.
Yeah, she's committed.
She is a frequent class taker, and she's also, just like many of us, works her butt off all week. So I think it's a nice little time for her to relax and unwind. She is an avid needlepointer, and she's become such a good friend, and we just adore her. She will be moving eventually. But the point of my story is,
Not much longer.
Sandy came in and she said, I'm starting to pack things up. I'm starting to get, a move on because her job is mobile. She's been here for a few years, and I think we have her for what, 1 more year? Maybe? Less? Months? We don't want to accept it.
Weeks. She wants to be out of here before the
snow
starts.
Is so sweet. And she had a canvas that was half stitched, and she said, over half stitched, I would say 75% stitched. And she knows that I am a big fan of Frida Kahlo. Sabrina also is. And she was like, would you want this canvas? I've stitched quite a bit of it, and I have the threads. Would you like it? I'm trying to kind of de-stash, and I know I'm not going to finish it. So number one, it was the sweetest gesture. I'm so grateful because I absolutely love this canvas. But number two, I think this is a brand new way for any of us to de-stash with either friends that need a point, or, you can honestly put it out there on social media. Mm-hmm. I have this project half stitched. I have the bag of threads. It's almost like a mystery kit, but you have to work with what you have to work with, which I kind of liked. So I actually took it home. I don't know, I had a bee in my bonnet, and I am pretty much finished with it. I have one more little thing to do, but it was just it just was like a light bulb for me. I was like, oh my gosh, people need to get together. Stitching friends need to get together. Bring your half stitch project, bring your whips that you're like, you know what? I'm done. I don't want to finish this, and kind of swap with your friends. I think this is something I'm going to try to maybe have the flossettes do. But anyway, let me show you what it is. Now, first of all, I want to tell you, this canvas is available through Stitcher's Garden in Naperville, Illinois. Our good friend Deb, this is a canvas that you can only get at her shop, so feel free, if you love it, to give them a call. We love those girls. But here it is. It's Frida, and it says, not fragile like a flower, fragile like a bomb. And Sandy stitched this entire area here and probably up to here of her face and her outfit. I was a little intimidated to continue her basket weave because her basket weave is absolutely, it's just so even and beautiful. And the back doesn't match, but I think the front is close enough. I was so scared I would have a giant line, to be honest. So I'm pleased that I was even close to what Sandy does. My comments aren't moving. Oh, they're there. Okay. Anyway, so I am obsessed. She did one of my favorites, T-stitch, and then all these letters are in silk lame. And I have to tell you, I was like going through the bag of threads, and I was like, I love these threads. I love these threads. I love these colors. And I was thinking, did I help her did I help her pick this out? I was just trying to think who helped her pick it out. And then of course I showed it to Kelly yesterday, and Kelly's like, did you love the threads? Because I picked them out. And I'm like,
at a class.
Makes complete sense. So Kelly had helped Sandy pick these threads, and they're gorgeous. They are gorgeous. So what I wanted to highlight, first of all, was the background stitch. I had all my books out. I had 3 or 4 books out, actually. Not all, but many. And was going through them, looking, and I actually tried 3 different background stitches, stitched them on the canvas because I just wasn't sure what I was going to do. So I ended up with, I love this stitch. First of all, it's fun to stitch, and it's just gorgeous. And this is from Mary's Whimsical Stitches Volume 2. I'm very proud. I'm always trying to use Volume 2. So Mary's Whimsical Stitches Volume 2. Now, it is a 2-part stitch. And at first I was just going to do white on white, which is shocking, not my way. And then I got the idea to kind of continue the colors over here to kind of have the sides be cohesive. So I started off with the blue, and I decided just to do 3 each of each color. So 3 blue, 3 green, then yellow, then orange, then pink, and then with the blue again. And there's white in between. But I just wanted to continue kind of the emphasis on the words, because I was explaining to my husband, because of course he's like, I'm not sure what that means. And I'm like, listen, someone called her fragile, and she let them know what kind of fragile she is. So for me, it's just kind of standing up for yourself. And as always, the feminist agenda, I love it. I just like that her response, she just has so much heart and passion, and I just love that. So I decided when we finish this, we're gonna put it in Liz and Kelly's office, which is, it's really bare right now, guys, and it's not my happy place, because I need to be surrounded by something good. So I'm gonna get this framed up. for our office. And it's ironic that there were some beautiful ribbons in it. So I started this flower last night, and then the game got too good. The game got way too good, so I had to like stop. But I've got one flower done. So I'm trying to show, let me show Instagram.
I love.
And let me show YouTube.
Show them
So
sideways so you can see how
you got to
much
see how much
dimension.
like fluff it kind of it's fluffed. I don't know. It was fun. It's kind of a ruching stitch. I have a ribbon book that is out of print. I wish we still had it. So if you ever had a chance to jump on the A to Z ribbon embroidery book when we had it, that it is in there. It isn't in that book, but it's so sad that we can't get it anymore. Yeah. So anyway, Colleen was really trying to compliment me yesterday. She's like, so you counted it all out and you figured out how many? And I said, Colleen, I wish I did. I wish I was so planned out. But what I did was visually, I wanted to do an odd number of the colored rows. So I figured out that 3 of each would work. And that's kind of how I did it. So I guess you could say I did a little bit of math, but I wanted an uneven number, but I wanted them to kind of evenly spread down. So that's kind of where I went. So we have a couple finishing touches. Oh, Suzanne, I will find out what page it's on. I'm sorry. I didn't look at the page, but I will. Will you just make a little note
I did.
for me? Thanks,
I already
Colleen.
wrote it down because
I will message you after the video, Suzanne, what page the stitch is on. Sorry about that. I should have looked at the page number. I was proud I looked at the book. So I'm obsessed, and I can't believe how quickly I went through this. Of course, like I said, Sandy did the majority of it. So it was just
kind of fun to finish.
It's really fun to finish a big project that you didn't put all those hours in, honestly. So I think it's a great idea and a great concept to kind of, do with your stitching friends and other people that love stitching. So
it says, can you hold it up a little
I
bit?
did.
Okay.
I put it up higher. So I'm on 2 cameras still because I have YouTube as well. The last thing is Kelly and Colleen really were saying I need to put maybe some beads and zhuzh up the flower to make it look more like a brooch or a pin. So I might be doing that as well. So we will see. If you want the stitch name, it is in Mary's Whimsical Stitches Volume 2. DM us. So I see Deb _ needlepoint wants the name too. So Colleen is trying to note who would like it. So again, if you love this canvas, give Stitcher's Garden in Naperville, Illinois a call and they'd be happy to hook you up. Of course, they don't know what I did thread-wise or what Kelly and I did thread-wise. So if you get the canvas and you want it threaded up, just let us know. And we will do the best we can to match it up. Okay, so the last but not least of what I have to share with you today, since we have this fun ribbon class going on, Colleen and I are kind of hiding out in the back. Of course, we're a little football crazy around here, and I know Melissa shared these with you already, but I wanted to highlight 2 of my favorite Peanuts football themed canvases. So first of all, the referee. The referee is near and dear to my heart. My dad was an official for over 40 years in the Metro Detroit area. He did basketball, football, baseball, and softball. I had to think about that. So he did a lot. So I am never the person who argues with the ref. I still know a lot of the refs, which I love. So I will definitely be stitching this at some point. This is Charlie Brown as the ref, and I'm sorry, his expression is so cute that he's just looks like, I don't know what to do, And
Brown.
just so you know, the inner monologue of most refs is they're doing the best they can. So when people get all on top of them, it's like, my favorite answer would be like, would you like to be the referee, right? We can't have sports without them. And don't forget, their number one job is safety, not getting every call right, safety, especially when it comes to youth sports. So off my soapbox. What I wanted to show you is in my Frida kit that Kelly had kitted for Sandy, she had this great vineyard silk. And I was like, this is such a good skin color. And it is Paradise Pale. I am going to use this more often. Like I love my Splendor face cards and I use them all the time. Don't get me wrong. But sometimes I just want the cut and go version. And this Paradise Pale, which is a Vineyard Silk color, is really a nice medium for, actually it's on Frida's skin. I was gonna say it'd be probably good for Caucasian, but honestly, it looks good on her and she still reads Hispanic to me. So of course it depends on what skin color you would like to convey, but I think it's a good middle of the road kind of color. So I wanted to share that with you. And then Colleen and I are obsessed with the idea of adding grass or turf to every football canvas. So she grabbed this great green from Essentials, it's cress, and we would put a little green grass, a little green ground under Charlie. Yeah, so that's what we would do. We just wanted to grab a couple threads to inspire you. And of course, we've been threading a lot of peanuts up for people. My favorite background is to get a silk lame braid, a petite silk lame braid that matches whatever you're doing on this canvas. So I feel like this one could be almost like a very light silver, or you could make it like your team colors, maybe like a light blue, like the sky, and either T-stitch or skip tent. And I just love how it covers, because these are, I feel like these rounds have a lot of background on them.
They're 5 inches.
I think they are. And so I love the rhythm of that, and I think it lets the character pop out at you. So that's kind of where I would go with that. And then the one that, and it's so funny because I'm not like, I wouldn't necessarily say I'm like, yay, cheerleaders or anything like that, but Sally as a cheerleader is so dang cute, because she's always, isn't she always like, mooning over what's Linus or whatever.
Yes.
So I just love that she's like, I'm here, I'm ready to cheer. Like, she just is so cute. And of course we had some of these done in Lions colors, and you can do a color swap and make them your team colors. But look at her as a cheerleader. I love it. And Emily had the brilliant idea of taking fuzzy stuff and doing the pom-poms. Because, really, the pom-poms are made out of, like, plastic, kind of shiny, kind of, individual little pieces. So I thought fuzzy stuff was such a great idea. And I don't know if we've talked about this before, but fuzzy stuff is awesome to give some texture and volume to your canvas. You can use it single ply or you can double it up. I have doubled it up before. Of course, it's a little harder to pull through. So on an 18 mesh canvas, I would grab your number 20 needle. I would grab a bigger needle that's meant for 13 mesh, because it'll just get that hole a little larger for you to pull this through. That being said, I don't basket weave or tent stitch in this. I do long stitches. So a lot of times we love to do like a giant encroaching goblin or a big giant brick stitch, something like that, or just long stitches. I just think, if you hand this off to someone and you don't tell them those things, they will not like it. And it has its purpose, but I think you need to know those little tips and tricks of how to use fuzzy stuff. I often use it on black cats. And I do those long, spiders. And another thing you can do with fuzzy stuff that I love is knots, like French knots or colonial. I love doing that with fuzzy stuff because it grips itself and the knots stay kind of where you want. Now another little tip is when you do the knots, you have to slowly pull it through, because it does, when you create a knot, fuzzy stuff wants to knot. You just don't want extras. You want the one you meant to make. So it's just a little bit of a special thread, and I think if you're patient with it, you will enjoy it. And it really does the job. So I saw someone else say they use it for snow. That's such a great idea, because it has that little bit of a, glisten and smoke. Yep.
Like on a chimney.
I'm going to show up to Instagram that little glisten it has, and then I'm going to show YouTube as well. Look at that little glisten it has. It's so awesome. So fuzzy stuff always has its place in my mind. I love using it. And then a lot of people have asked, and I know it's the Lions, but if you want me to pick any NFL team, any college team, if I don't know it, I will research it and I will get you the right color. Trust me, I've done it for many, many people. This is what we consider Honolulu blue for the Lions. It's Yacht Club and Pepper Pot. But like I said, if you want to make Sally your home team color, let me know who it is. I will do my research if I don't already know, and I will make sure the color is representing your team appropriately. I know how important that is to get the color right. It's one of my specialties, sports team colors. I don't know if that's really a specialty, but it helps to just have, I guess, a good eye for color to make sure it's the right one. So we hope that the Lions have a better football week this week. Sincerely, please. This town is really invested. And of course,
Are you going?
I don't know. We'll see if Sam feels better. Sam will probably be going because so my son Sam works on Sundays from 5 to 9. A lot of our games have been flexed to the 4 o'clock game. This one is at 1.
Oh.
So I'm almost thinking if he's better, he's a little under the weather today. If he's better, I think he'll probably end up going this time just because it's a 1 o'clock game. Obviously it's a season opener. It's very exciting, but like sending my daughter off to college, I already knew this. The time is fleeting. Like there's gonna be a time where it's just gonna be Chase and I going to these games every single week. And it's like, if the kids want to go, I let the kids go. And, I didn't tell you this, Colleen, he got a Jahmyr Gibbs jersey with the new number on it.
Ooh.
So our running back, Jahmyr Gibbs, part of Sonic and Knuckles, changed his number. And I got a deep dive into why. He was 26 last year. Now he's 0. I'm not sure what the number change was or I have no idea, to be honest. But I'm gonna find out. So my son was super excited that he got the new number. And it's like a really nice jersey. It's like the Motor City jersey, so it's black
Oh, I
with
like
the
those.
Honolulu blue. It's actually really cool. I was very uninterested in those jerseys in the beginning. I didn't like it, but they have grown on me a lot, and they've become a big symbol of Detroit. And even the Tigers do it too. They do the Motor City jerseys as well. So fun. So probably if Sam's feeling better, Sam will be there. But he does have a game. He has a game on Thursday. First, he has to feel better for his game on Thursday.
Yes.
And then we have a varsity home opener on Friday. And I was telling the girls I'm going to be on the chain crew for the varsity game. We'll see how that goes. I just know, get out of the way. Drop it and get out of the way. That's what I know. So I've done it for JV, but varsity's a little faster paced. So we'll see how that goes. We hope everyone has a wonderful week. If anything you've seen today, of course, almost everything is available on our website. If you have questions or you're, about an order or you're unsure or you just want some more information, feel free to DM us or email us. Today may be a little hectic phone-wise. I'm not sure. Usually phone is the quickest way to get to us. But like I said, we're having this ribbon class today and half of the day tomorrow. So it might be a little harder to get to your phone calls. So just send us a DM. The other thing is we do have Wow Wednesday tomorrow, and we are going to have a special guest.
It's special time.
But it's going to be at 1 o'clock. So special time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard. Special guest, Tamara Abdi, who is T-Stitches, who is teaching this gorgeous ribbon class. She will be on with Melissa, and they have, I'm pretty confident, lots of goodies to share with you just from the things that were displayed in the shop this morning. It's pretty jaw-dropping. So if you can join us for Wow Wednesday, that would be amazing. 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And then on Thursday, as always, we'll be back with unboxing at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So like I said, I hope everyone has a wonderful week. I hope you can take some time to stitch. And Kelly will be back next week, but we'll see you next time. Bye.